world is moving at a terrifying pace. Everybody seems to want things yesterday. Our attention spans are shortening year by year. On to the next, doom scrolling, not appreciating what we see. AI now blurs the lines and makes us question what's real and what's fake. We're deceived into thinking this tool can create for us. No need to go out and do it for real. Stay in, keep scrolling. I'm at the stage where I want to slow down, take it easy. I want to enjoy the process, the anticipation, and learn from the failures. Welcome to large format film photography. I know what you're thinking. It almost looks like he knows what he's doing. The sun's in and out of cloud at the moment. Just waiting for a little break just to light this wall up in the foreground, and also this rock that's in the foreground as well. And I just want pools of light going across the landscape and obviously up into the hills in the distance. So I think I might get lucky in a second, hopefully. Come on, come on. This is going to be fleeting. Yes. That's lighting up the wall now. It's frame number 1. So I'm up in Dartmoor tonight, and yes, I've gone and done it. I've gone back to large format photography, 4x5. It had to be done. My first 4x5 camera was an old MPP, like a clamshell design camera, very similar sort of thing, but about 3 times the weight of this. But I produced some of my best work with that camera, and I used that, I got it in the sort of late 90s, used it through the early 2000s, and I was using it commercially as well as sort of personally as well. But I think as time went on, digital kind of took over, and I was a professional photographer then, so I was earning a living, and everybody wanted pictures like yesterday, and film just wasn't happening. The publishers and stuff wanted stuff yesterday, and in the end, over time, all my film gear sort of disappeared, and I just invested in digital. And yeah, right up until I think about 2019, that was when I again got another 4x5 camera, an Intrepid, and you've probably seen some of my older videos. If not, have a look back through my back catalogue, you'll see those on there. The Intrepid was okay, but I was using it for about 12 months, had a few issues with it, with stability, things like bits falling off. Yeah, it wasn't a good experience, to be honest, but in the end it had to go, and I basically just kind of concentrated on digital stuff. Film took a back seat, and over that sort of coming years, I kind of dipped my toe back in, started to get into sort of medium format, and I kind of thought, do I go back to large format? It was always there in the back of my mind, and more recently, over the last 12 months, I've been shooting a lot of film, and I've got to say that film for me is kind of the way forward, I think, especially as far as YouTube goes. And you know, I'm not doing this for a living anymore, and I just enjoy film photography so much. It's kind of a whole different ball game to digital. I will keep the digital gear that I've got, but more and more I'm tending to sort of veer towards the film stuff. And this was an investment. If anybody's wondering, it's a Shen Hao HZX4511A. It's a bit of a mouthful. But yeah, it's a great camera. I did a lot of research on 4x5, and I didn't want to go down that route again where I wasn't kind of confident in the equipment. I think cameras to me are tools, and you know, over time some tools just don't cut it, and you've got to kind of upgrade them. And it's the same with the cameras. You know, I've had various sort of film cameras, and they just don't work, and you know, they just don't work for me, and I just get rid of them and sort of move on to the next. But I've kind of honed my gear now. Now I will start shooting panoramic stuff with this as well. I'll cover that in a different video, but for those who like the panoramic stuff, I will be shooting that still. I've still got my chroma kit, and I am going to get a back for this and shoot 617 and possibly 612 as well. So that's the plan. And I've also got my Bronica 6x6, which I'm gonna keep, and that camera's brilliant. I love that camera. It's such a joy to use. With this, basically, like I said, I'm still getting to grips with it. It's nice to be back to it. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. A lot of movements and stuff like that. One of the reasons I got this camera is because, like I said, I can, for wide angle stuff, which I shoot quite a bit of, I can move the rear standard forward. So basically, I can use wider lenses without the worry of getting the base or the bed in the shot. And it's got movements on the front, but I'm not going to go into detail now and do a review or anything. But I'll do that on a separate video. But it's a great camera. There's every movement I could think of there, and I've used quite a bit tonight already, and I will carry on using them. But yeah, so it's a great bit of kit, and I think from here on in, film is going to definitely kind of be at the top of my list, I think, as far as things go. Before I carry on with my shoot, I will do a bit of hard sell now. It's obviously I've got prints for sale on my website. You can check out my website in the link below. Please sign up for the newsletter on there as well if you want to keep up with what I'm doing. I've got a few bits and pieces coming up, and There's the possibility of gallery space. I'm kind of looking into that at the moment. There's also kind of a sponsorship thing, which I'm not too sure on yet, which obviously for YouTube. I'd be interested in your thoughts. I know I monetize everything, and it kind of helps feed these cameras. And like I say, you know, it's a difficult one. Do I take sponsorship or not? You know, but let me know what you think. I'm still sort of weighing it up at the moment. But obviously, like I say, please take a look at the website. I keep updating that with all my new work. I'm always glad of your comments and what you think. So that's enough of the hard sell. Let's get on with the shoot. So I'm going to stay with this composition because I'm not going to be rushing around, especially with this camera. So I'm going to shoot it in a landscape format this time, but with a 135mm lens. So I had the 90mm on for the first shot, so I'm going to change to a 135, slightly sort of more compressed perspective going past this rock in the foreground, but a nice kind of view from left to right sweeping across. Lights in and out of these clouds quite a bit, so I just choose my moment carefully. No bracketing here. So I'm basically going to zero everything out again before I reframe this composition. So I've got a little bit of tilt, front tilt, and also a very minuscule bit of swing because I've got this wall leading off to the left hand side of me. It's a very slight, it's probably about 1 degree, if that, just to get that kind of sharp. A little bit of tilt just because I need to get these grasses in the foreground in focus. Hopefully this works, all looks good. So I focused on far, tilted on near, and obviously a little bit of shift as well, backwards and forwards, just to try and get this focus right. And I'll stop down to f32 because there's a little bit of softness in the middle distance. So I just passed these trees on this wall here, so that should bring some nice depth of field right the way through the shot then. Getting a quarter of a second, using a grey card as well, just to get a nice sort of mid-tone, and I'm just double checking, which is basically giving me the same reading, which is good. So we've got a quarter of a second, f32. Do a quick test. Yes, that's good. The light is really nice now, which is good. So I think, because I've got about 10 minutes or so before that light disappears, so I think I might try this one. And then I'm going to save my last frame because I've got another shot in mind. So just double check this meter reading. A quarter of a second. Just contemplating whether or not to use a red filter. Just giving me a 1 second exposure. Again, I think that light Yeah, it's got a nice clear bit coming up soon, so we should be good. Gotta say, I've kind of really like this 135mm lens. I know I've said it before in my other videos, but I do like the 90, but it is a wide lens, especially in this format. I've got one sheet left before I head home. Light's gone, which is a shame, but I've got a nice kind of rock study here. So I'm kind of hoping this works, but it's quite nice. I sort of like the shape and the texture. So I'm shooting it at f22. It's got the red filter, so I'm getting half a second. 2 seconds exposure, I reckon. Just gonna double check it. Yeah, 2 seconds. Well, it was great to be back shooting large format again. The 4x5 it's got to be one of the most slowest cameras to use, but that's why I enjoy it really. Really gets the grey matter working. So I don't know if I've made a success of this evening, but it's the process. The process is the main thing. So even if I haven't got any results out of this, hopefully I've learned something tonight. So I'm going to head back to the van. Light's disappeared completely now. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and please stay tuned for more. I'll see you next time.